Title: The Man Who Always Loses. The Paradox of Perpetual Losing. Meet Charlie Wilkins, a man so unlucky that if he bet on the sun rising tomorrow, there'd be an eclipse. His entire life was a series of losses, from lottery tickets to fantasy football, from choosing the fastest checkout line at the grocery store, which always turned out to be the slowest, to ordering food at a restaurant, which inevitably came out wrong. Charlie had accepted his fate. He was a born loser. One night, sitting in a dimly lit bar, staring at his empty wallet, Charlie sighed. "Why is it that no matter what I do, I always lose?" An old man at the bar chuckled. "Maybe you're just betting on the wrong things, kid." Charlie scoffed. "Tell me something I don't know. If I bet on my own failure, I'd probably fail at that too." The old man smirked. "What if you bet against yourself?" Charlie blinked. "What do you mean?" "If you always lose, then make losing your strategy. Bet that you'll fail. If you're destined to lose, that means your bet will be wrong, which means you win." Charlie's mind short-circuited. "Wait, what?" The old man leaned in, whispering cryptically, "Trust me, kid. There's more to this world than you think. Play the game right, and you might find out." Charlie decided to test the theory. First, he placed a small bet with his friend Dave. "I bet you $20 I can't flip this coin and get heads." Dave shrugged and tossed him a coin. Charlie flipped it. It landed on heads. "No way," Charlie whispered. Dave laughed. "Well, you lost the bet." Charlie grinned. "No, Dave, I won." From that moment on, Charlie only bet on himself losing. Why? He bet that his boss wouldn't give him a raise. The next week, his boss walked in and said, "Charlie, I don't know why, but you've been doing a great job lately. Here's a raise." He bet that he wouldn't get a date. That night, a woman at the coffee shop accidentally spilled her drink on him. They laughed, started talking, and went on a date. He bet that his favorite team would lose. They won by a landslide. Charlie had unlocked the paradox of perpetual losing. By embracing his failures, he had found a way to win every time. Meanwhile, the mysterious old man seemed to be keeping an eye on him from a distance. Was this all just a coincidence, or was Charlie being tested? Charlie's fame grew. People started following his bets just to see what would happen. Soon, he was invited to the Ultimate Losers Championship, a televised betting challenge where only the unluckiest people competed. The final challenge? Bet on a roulette wheel. If Charlie won the bet, he'd walk away with nothing. If he lost, he'd win $1 million. Charlie gulped. If he bet he'd lose, that meant he'd actually win. But if he won, that meant he lost his bet, which meant he actually lost. The paradox was closing in on itself. "I bet on red?" he muttered, unsure for the first time. The ball spun, black. The crowd gasped. Charlie had lost. But wait, he bet on losing, which meant he actually won. The casino lights flashed. Confetti rained from the ceiling. Charlie was handed a giant check for $1 million. "Congratulations, Charlie. You're the luckiest loser alive." Off in the distance, the old man smiled. "You passed the first test, kid. Now let's see if you're ready for the real challenge." Charlie was now rich, successful, and beloved by millions. But he had one problem. Now that he always won, did that mean his losing streak was finally over? If he bet against himself again, would the paradox reverse? That's when Charlie had a dangerous thought. What if he bet that he would never figure out the true meaning of life? He smiled, took out a coin, and flipped it. Somewhere in the shadows, the old man whispered, "Welcome to the real game." To be continued. Welcome to Paradox Stories, where the impossible makes sense. Whoa, that was a mind-bender! If you loved this paradoxical tale, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. What would you bet on if you had Charlie's luck? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget, next week's paradox is even crazier. Stay tuned for episode 2. The world's laziest man became the most successful by doing nothing. See you soon, Paradox lovers. Don't forget, this is Paradox Stories, where every story twists your reality.